When you're giving a presentation, sometimes there's a fear of potentially rambling. Now, what exactly is rambling? Rambling is when you're struggling to think of something to say and you end up saying the same thing, maybe in different words, maybe paraphrasing or using some other ways to express it, but essentially you're saying the same thing. And then there's no headway or you're not making advancements, your point is not progressing to the next point. So how do you avoid rambling? How do you make sure that as you develop the points that you're going to make, there's some form of development and it reaches a natural conclusion or conclusion that you want to send to the audience? There are two tips that I like to share with you. Tip number one is, what you can do is to have in your mind the interrogative pronouns all the time. So what exactly are interrogative pronouns? They are your 5W1H. Your who, what, when, where, and why. Because at any point in time, if someone were to ask you, hey, can you tell me why you set up this particular company? That is just in one particular direction, right? And you're talking about the purpose behind, the motivation behind and all. But you can always feel free to elaborate and develop the point a little bit by perhaps sharing maybe the who, right? Like, who are the individuals responsible for helping you shape the purpose that you originally had in creating this particular company that you still do have, right? Or you can go on to another interrogative pronoun, like what? What was the main source of motivation? So using the interrogative pronouns, it can help you develop even an original why question. Tip number two on how you can avoid rambling is perhaps you can have a clear roadmap right from the start. Exactly what are some of the points that you are going to say. Often we see that when there's no clear roadmap at the start and we just try and wing it or we try and develop along the way, we may then lose track as to what would be the macro goals and how do we exactly reach there. So have a very clear roadmap of how you're going to go from point A to point B. It's going to help you greatly in not rambling.